It's been an honor and a pleasure to cover your teams on the prep and being the championship coverage that we've done for your major sports. And it was great last season. We got to see for football some high-level players. The best quarterback in the country, the best player in the country in football, resided in Detroit and went to King High School. We saw, this past year with Mr. Acuff, a top player in the state and ranked in the country. I mean, we're seeing high level, and those are just two small examples. The challenge then becomes, like you said, to keep these kids and to keep them there. What are some of the things and challenges that you're trying to do to overcome these kids leaving and selling DPS-CD?
Yeah, it's what I talked about earlier. I think the strength of DPS-CD is its legacy.
Yeah.
You talk about Derek Coleman, Jalen Rose. We can go on and on throwing out names, or Dante Moore, as you just talked about. So I think that legacy is always relevant, and it's something that we try to talk about to our middle school students when they're trying to pick where they go to school. And it's the pride that's connected to the city. Being a Detroiter, going to the school that your parents went to, your grandparents went to. But the challenge is there are multiple challenges. One is facilities. And so we just recently resurfaced the King Field. We're trying to revamp the Cas Field altogether because facilities matter. And unfortunately, our suburban counterparts have access to more local money. And they don't have to use their money quite the same way we do because of the challenges linked to poverty and other obstacles. So facilities is an issue. But I would say, it's highlighting the examples of success, whether, again, it's Dante Moore or others that have been successful in DPS-CD, gone on to UCLA. They're going to go on to other places. I mean, we have a student athlete right now at Penn State, King, who is going to be an All-American. So it's just continuing to highlight the examples, and so young student athletes see themselves as those future players. And what we're also working on more is trying to get to the youth earlier. And that's why we're trying to keep the youth programs on our fields and our courts so that the youth are playing in our schools. They meet our student athletes, our coaches, and we can, rebuild sort of the feeder pattern approach that existed in Detroit before the, choice without guardrails and everything else that happened. So that's part of the vision and how to keep students in DPS-CD despite the challenges.